everybody, DK here, and welcome to my review of the Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy Decepticon Snapdragon. But before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, if you enjoy this video, please go down and give it a like, as I would very much appreciate it. Alrighty. Wasn't sure if I was actually going to post a review of this guy. I picked him up the other day at Walmart, and I wasn't sure if I was going to review him, but I decided to, and we'll get into that when we get into the review. So, without further ado, let's get into it, starting by, of course, taking a look at the packaging. So here is the packaging. We have Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Decepticon Snapdragon. Nice picture of Snapdragon on the side there. On the back, our obligatory product shots shows you all the stuff he can do. Decepticon Snapdragon, our beautiful Earthrise artwork right there. Top, Transformers War for Cybertron Decepticon symbol, nothing, and that will do it for the packaging. As usual, it does have the little map gimmick back there with the decoder, but I don't care, so... And here is Snapdragon, and he is neato. I really like this guy. I wasn't sure if I was going to review him, but I really want to talk about him because he's a really neat figure, and I got a lot to say about him. So here he is in his jet mode. He is a triple changer. He has 3 modes, and here he is in his jet mode, and I'm pretty sure, I think all 3 of the modes are actually very solid. The jet mode, I'd say, is probably the second weakest mode, but they're all pretty solid. So, but here it is, and it looks pretty cool. I like the color separation here. It's pretty nice. You have this nice transparent yellow going on for some of the nose cone here, and you have this nice turquoise blue for these nice spots in the back, some a little bit right there as well. And yeah, just overall, it's got a nice look to it. It does kind of have a bit of a, this, honestly, I don't really understand why they really made this an Earthrise figure, because this kind of doesn't really look like an Earth-based vehicle to me. This looks more like a Cybertronian vehicle, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I think it looks pretty good, and I think they did an overall pretty good job with it. The bottom, you can definitely see quite a bit of robot kibble, but hey, it is what it is. You do have a nice landing gear up here that can flip up and down. It's a little bit difficult to actually flip down, but you can get it like that. So yeah, overall, I think the jet mode looks pretty darn good, and I think, yeah, it's a solid vehicle mode. And included with this figure, this is a headmaster. So here is his headmaster. I believe his name is Krunk. And yeah, this is the headmaster. So this guy basically turns into the head. This is an old Transformers deal that they brought back much before this figure. They brought this back in a line called Titan's Return, and some part of me thinks that he probably was meant for Titan's Return, for Titan's Return, but they remade him for Earthrise. I don't know, man. It's not a big deal or anything. But yeah, this is your headmaster, Krunk, and yeah, this is kind of cool. He's a neat little fella. He's very small. He's extremely small. I mean, there he is next to Snapdragon. But yeah. Overall, he's a neato little guy, and he's going to come into play in all the modes. And one thing you can do with this guy, which is a little bit annoying, is this part right here is a cockpit type deal, and you can open this and you can put Krunk in there and have him like piloting it. Unfortunately, they didn't really think this through all that well, because it's kind of difficult to get this open. It's really difficult to get this open, actually. Like, it's not easy at all, and I just can't. There's no other way to do it other than to just kind of like force it open, and even then you might like break it. But yeah, there you go. You can open like that. You can put him in a seated position here, and you can put him in there. And there you go. Now you can have him kind of manning the jet right there. And you can close that back up, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, if you want to close it back up and you can't get it open, you can split the legs, and that will allow him to fall out. But overall, I think that's neato, but it's a nice place where you can put him. I will just be probably leaving him out of there. Or the head port is right there where you plug him onto the head. So if you want to, you could just plug him onto there if you want to make sure you don't like lose him or anything. So you have options for there. But yes, there you have the jet mode, and there you have Krunk. So now let's talk about accessories. And he includes 2 purple blasters right here, which are pretty neato. And what you can do with these is you can plug them into any of the ports, really, but they're meant to go into these ports here on the wings. There's plenty of ports to put them in. You know, you have, those are the hands right there, so you can plug them into there. You can plug them into those ports right there. You have these ports on the side if you want to. You have a port up here if you want to. You have 2 ports right there if you want to. So you can plug them anywhere you want, but that is where the official location is supposed to be. So you can have that going on. You can have some extra guns, although it kind of looks like, you know, he already has like plenty of guns on him already. But hey, it's pretty neato. I like it. It's a pretty cool looking jet mode overall with the guns on it. So there you have that. And now for comparison, here he is with Siege Megatron. So you can get a sense of how he looks with his Overlord. So there you have that. Here he is with Earthrise Starscream, which, yes, I did finally get. I'm not sure if I'm going to review him. I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning more towards no, but I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments if you want to see a review of him. I don't imagine many people will, but there you go. There you have that comparison. And yeah, they look pretty cool together. I actually bought them together, so I bought them at the same Walmart. So yeah, it's kind of cool getting home and having both of these guys to mess with, because yeah, they just have a nice look to them right there. So there you go. And here he is with Siege Shockwave as well. So there you have that. And here he also is with the Optimus Prime and the Wheeljack, just so you get a basic sense of how he's going to scale with the rest of the Earthrise figures. And we'll throw Grapple back here and Cliff Jumper right there. So there you go. Alrighty, now for transformation, we are now going into his second alt mode, and yeah, let's just jump into it. So first things first, we want to flip up the landing gear here. I'm going to get a different angle here so we can vet it better. Alrighty, so what we want to do is we want to take this piece right here, and we want to untab it from this section right here. You can see it tabs in to those two tabs right there, and then just take this thing and kind of bend this back a little bit and bring this piece down a little bit, and then you want to take these pieces and you want to untab these and bring these down just like that. Then take these pieces here and just fold them down until you hear a bit of a click on either side. There you go. And then take the fins here and fold them to the back on either side. And then take this piece right here and you want to untab this and it will fold down. And you want to take these pieces here and just bring these forward like this. And then bring this down. And there are two slots in the legs. You can see right there on either side, and you want to bring this piece down, and you want to get those tabs into those slots on either side, and you'll hear them click. So there you go. There you have that. Next thing you want to do is you want to bring this piece down, and you want to bring it down, and it will lock in place right here. You can see there are tabs on protruding out of the black part there. Those are going to tab into slots into that section. Bring these pieces down a little bit here. Take this back piece here and fold this up like that. So you have that going on. Fold out these arms here. Fold this piece down and bring out the dragon head. Fold the head up like this, and now you want to bring in Krunk here, and what you're going to do with Krunk is you're going to take his arms, and you're going to fold them up, and you can see they're kind of molded to sit like that on either side, and once again on this side, fold that up, and then bring the bottom jaw like that, because you can see his legs are going to be the jaw of Snapdragon here, and now this part is kind of difficult to do, but what you want to do here is that little connector bit you see right there is where you're going to plug in Krunk's head. And you're just going to get that in there. It's a little bit difficult, but once you get it in there, it will snap in just like that. Make sure all that's folded up on either side. There we go. And there you have Snapdragon in his awesome dragon mode, and this is my personal favorite of the three modes. I absolutely love this mode. This is the mode I will be leaving Snapdragon in for most of his life, because this just looks awesome, man. I love this dragon mode. He's just really cool. He's a cute little big dragon, and he's super thick. Like, damn boy, he's a thick ass boy. But like, he looks great. I love the way he looks. He's kind of adorable, honestly. Like, I've had him displayed next to my other Decepticons, my G1 Decepticons, and he kind of looks like the puppy dog, like the Decepticons puppy dog. It's adorable. I fucking love it. I love this guy. He's so cool. And yeah, you also have these ports on the back here where you can plug the guns, and that adds a nice little display option there as well, and I personally do like it. So there you go. I wish I had the Grimlock figure from Power of the Primes. I hope they re-release that. I heard they actually are re-releasing it, so I'll have to get that when they do, if it is actually true. But yeah, I think this looks awesome, man. I love this dragon mode. This is just fucking adorable. He's so freaking cute. You also have these nice little, you have some articulation here. This head can move up and down right there. So technically it can move up, although it's not really supposed to, because you can see it's like perfectly molded to have all that filled in like there. This engineering right here with the jaw, like the Titan Master becoming the jaw, is pretty cool. You have some nice articulation in the arms here, although I really wish there was a nice hinge outward for the arms. That would be really nice. But hey, it is what it is. You do have a nice ball joint on the arms right here, so that's pretty good. And then the legs, of course, can bend up and down like that. You can knee joint right there. And if you want to put him in some cool, like shooting poses, you could, like, fold him down and then bring up the head. And now he's ready to shoot some stuff. You can use some siege blast effects, which I'll grab some. So we can use some siege blast effects here. We can have him shooting at it at an Autobot or something, and that's pretty cool. Overall, I really dig this mode. This is my favorite of Snapdragon's modes here. I just think this looks freaking awesome, and I love it. I really love it. But I have to say, I think it's kind of funny that they that this guy is in Earthrise, because like it's super weird. Like just hear me out here. You know, we got Optimus Prime, we got Starscream, we got Wheeljack, we got Cliff Jumper, and then out of nowhere, boom! Snapdragon, bitch! It's just, where did this come from? Like, what the hell? Though the vehicle mode isn't even Earth-based either. Like, where the hell did this guy come from? I'm telling you, this had to have been like a carryover from Titan's Return or something, but I still love it. But, yeah, I had to talk about that for a second. And if you want a quick comparison, I'll bring back in Megs and Starscream here, just in case you wanted to know how they scaled in Dragon mode right there. So there you go. There's a quick comparison for Dragon mode. But let's do our robot mode transformation. So this is my favorite of the modes, but we do, of course, have to put him in robot mode now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take out Crunk here, just rip him out of there. I guarantee you his head, the paint on his head is gonna scratch off. I don't really think there's anything you can do about it, unfortunately, but hey, it's not that big a deal. I'll never be displaying him out of the place anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Fold this down and then fold the head back in right there. And if you really want to, you could just plug him in up there right now, but we won't. We will go ahead and just transform him back. So just take the legs here, fold them up just like this, and now he is Snapdragon's head, as you can see right there. So take these pieces and fold them up on either side, just like that. And then we're going to untab this from there. We're going to untab this from there. We're going to bring this up, and it will hinge up. And you want to get that locked in right there. You'll hear it tab. Fold up the arms, and you want to tuck them back into their little spot right there on both sides. Fold those up. We can go ahead and take off the guns as well. And then we're going to fold this piece up, and you want to take these pieces here, these little black armatures here, and you want to fold these forward on both sides, and then you want to get these, and you want to get these into these little kind of tracks. And on either side here, you can see they kind of go into a little track on both sides there. And then once you get them in, which this side is not in, there we go. Once you get those in, you want to push those forward, and that will lock everything in place just like that. And here we're going to rotate the arms at the bicep there, and there you have the arms all done. And now we finish off with the legs. So take these legs right here, split them apart right here, rotate them forward like this, and then take the nose cone, and flip this forward, and flip that up, and the same thing on the other side here. Flip that up, flip down the feet, and there you have him pretty much done, although the final touch, of course, putting Crunk into the peg goes right in there. And there you have Snapdragon in his robot mode. And yeah, it looks good. Does it look as good as the Dragon mode? In my opinion, no. I prefer the Dragon mode, but I think he looks good. He's a nice little, he's a very generic looking Decepticon, but I like him. I think he looks pretty cool. And I mean, you gotta have some generic looking Decepticons or the display won't look right. So yeah, I think he looks really neat. I really do like this guy. I'm very happy I picked this guy up. But yeah, overall, I think he just looks really cool. He's got some nice Decepticon symbols right here. Nice, yeah, he's got some nice paintwork here. The head sculpt is a little bit, there's a little bit of like paint scuffage on my head sculpt. Also, I have to be honest, I am not a fan of this Titan's Return method right here. I'm surprised that people really like Titan's Return so much, because these heads are awful. Like, the articulation here is so bad, it's not even that good, and it just kind of springs back into place. Like, if you bring it down, it'll just spring back into place, and it's just, I don't know, I'm not digging the head articulation there. Luckily, that's not a problem for the Snapdragon mode. But, yeah, overall, he's pretty nice. He doesn't really have much articulation in this mode, however, which is one of the complaints I have with this mode. Once again, the head articulation is super finicky. The arms can do a full 360, but the elbows, they can't even do a 90-degree bend because of the way that they are sculpted right there. And then the swivels right here, but it's super tight. I hate how tight it is right here, because you have to like hold it right here and then swivel it. You can't just like, well, you can, but it's gonna move all the way around. And there's nothing in the hands at all. The legs can go forward that far, they can go back that far. You have a bend at the knee right there. Feet can go up, can go down, and you have a nice ankle pivot right there as well. So overall articulation is completely acceptable, don't get me wrong. The articulation is acceptable, but I don't know, I think it could have been a little bit better. But yeah, overall, I think he looks really good. Now, of course, we can give him his guns. He doesn't really have anywhere to store them, which kind of sucks. They did give him one port on his back, which I'll show you in a second here. So you can see here that he has one port on his back, but he has two guns. So you can only store one gun back there. But hey, there he is with his guns, and I think that looks pretty cool. And overall, yeah, I think he's a decent-looking Decepticon. So there you go. Now for comparison. And now for comparison, here he is with Megs and Starscream. So you can see how he looks with some of his Decepticon brothers. And we'll move Starscream out of here and bring in Shockwave. So there you have that. And also, here he is with Reflector, so you can get a sense of how he scales with a deluxe class figure. So there you go for your comparisons. And also, you know what? Let's just get a nice group shot here with all of them here, because yeah, it's awesome, man. I love Transformers. I just love the way that it looks when you get a whole bunch of them grouped up. It just looks awesome. So there you go. There you have a nice group shot. Although literally Snapdragon has been completely covered up. You know, let me get a better one. There we go. That's better. So there you go. There's a nice group shot of some of our Decepticons. I really need a sound wave. I really need a sound wave. And we'll also bring in some other Earthrise figures, just so we can see how the line's coming along. And my god, can you say, like, one of the best fucking toy lines in, like, the past 30 years? Oh my gosh. This fucking line is so sweet. And there's Wheeljack, Starscream, and of course, the almighty Skylynx. So, there you go. There is our freaking absolutely awesome Earthrise collection so far. And yeah, it is absolutely epic. This is such a great line. I cannot wait to get more. I actually went to when I went to Walmart and I ended up picking up Snapdragon and Starscream. I was actually going there to find RC and Smokescreen, but yeah, no luck. They were probably there and I actually missed them, judging by the fact Snapdragon was there. So but yeah, there you go. There's a nice group shot of most of our Earthrise figures so far. I obviously don't have all of them, but yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking really freaking good. So yes. And overall, at the moment, I would definitely have to say my favorite is still Grapple, because Grapple is super cool. Grapple, followed by Skylynx, then Prime, then I think this guy, and then probably Starscream. So, there you have that comparison. Also, one more thing, I want to show the robot modes with the dragon mode here, so you can see how the Decepticons look with their new puppy! Look at it! I don't know why, but this is just fucking adorable to me. It's the Decepticons with their pupper. Oh, look at that. Good, Snapdragon, good boy. Alrighty, so final thoughts on Earthrise Voyager Class Snapdragon. I likes him. I just think this guy is really cool. I think this is probably one of those figures that is not gonna be like a must-have for Transformers fans, but if you have the money and you want kind of a bit of a more unorthodox character to go with your Decepticons, or you just want more Decepticons or more Earthrise figures, this guy is totally worth picking up. I love all three modes. I think all three modes look really good. I absolutely adore the Dragon mode. The Dragon mode is hands down my favorite, and I will be leaving him in Dragon mode for most of his display time, because I love this Dragon mode. It's awesome and strangely adorable at the same time, and I love everything about it. And yeah, he's just a fun toy. And I mean, for standard Voyager class figure at standard Voyager class price, I definitely would recommend him. I'm thinking about maybe tracking down the other horror con from Siege, because I know they did do the other one, because this guy was part of a team called the Horror Cons, and I believe there was only two. There may have been more, but it was him and then Ape Face, and Ape Face was released in Siege. So I'm thinking about trying to track down Ape Face so I can have them both. But yeah, really neat little figure. I really like this guy. He's not a must-have if you're only buying like core characters, like memorable characters, you got like Starscream and Megatron and whatnot and Optimus. You're not gonna need this guy, obviously, but if you can afford him, I say grab him, because he's neato. I like him. I think he's fun, and I would certainly recommend him. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh wait, final verdict. I gotta give a final rating. I almost forgot. Alright, final rating on Snapdragon. I'm thinking 8 out of 10. I think he's overall a very solid figure. The only reason I don't give him a higher grade is because I think the articulation's a little bit lacking, but other than that, I think he's a really solid Transformer figure. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider hitting that subscribe button for more Transformer reviews in the future. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine telling you, not telling you anything, signing out. And the little pupper dog is gonna be here, and we're gonna have Shockwave with his pupper dog right there. There we go. Oh, it's adorable. Oh no, now he looks like he's gonna shoot him. No! There we go. I want it so much.